Welcome back to Creativerse. All right. Well, I had been a little busy, which is actually saying something, given the jaw pain issues, abscess and whatnot that I've been dealing with recently. But I did, in some of my few moments of clarity, manage to get this thing finished. And it's pretty good size. It takes up most of a claim. Honestly, it would take up the entire claim if I had started the construction down or over there of the base part of it a few blocks lower. Now, if I go ahead and turn that off, it's kind of necessary, because if that doesn't get turned off, all these fans are running and you get blown down in here. And yeah, I ended up plugging that with grass because I kept it open as an access way here for quite a while and ran out of some materials temporarily, and I just plugged it with grass, and it doesn't seem to be a problem because it hasn't affected spawn rates, I don't think. But in any event, what you see here is, I don't know how many fans, but I'll put it this way. I had 196 of them, and I had to make a whole lot more. Yeah, but they're all hooked up over here. These fans, every one of them are hooked up to that switch down there. So if I go down there and I turn the switch on, as a matter of fact, I'm getting kind of a cold warning here, so let me go ahead and put that back. We'll just head down below, and I can, yeah, this is where, now in the middle up there, there's 4 teleporters. They are all keyed to send a person or thing or whatever here. And of course this is mineral water, which is fine and dandy for most mobs and all players and so on, but of course that thing up there is made entirely of corrupted stone. And so you get corrupted mobs forming up there. And when they fall into this mineral water, they're toast. So let me go ahead and sleep, get some nighttime along here. Being able to go to sleep in the day, I appreciate that. Minecraft could learn a thing or 3 about that. Now I pop in here. Oops, I forgot to turn the lever back on. Fans are on, and that's what happens. They all get blown down there. They end up in the teleporters. The reason for the switch is right over there. Chests sometimes spawn up here too. And so, and these are the diamond chests that you find on the corruption level. And so on. Okay. Back into the teleporter. Bang. Yo, Bigsy. How you feeling? Not so great, I can see. That must have been a thing. Yeah. So we pop back up here, and there may be more spawns, I don't know. It sometimes happens. There's not a whole heck of a lot of spawning, and that's the thing about this thing. It works. It does work. But it doesn't work awesomely. Not nearly as awesomely as investing over 300 fans would make you think. Because those things aren't cheap. That represents a pretty good amount of lumite. And I really would have expected to not walk into the teleporter quite so quickly. But yeah, I would have expected the thing to spawn just a little bit more. That's the reason it's up here at the top of the world. And it's the reason I couldn't build it any higher, is because the bottom of it is located just high enough that I couldn't continue the stair stepping all the way out to the border of the claim, because I ran into the build limit. Can't place a block any higher than these. But that said, it does work. And if I go back and forth with let's see, at this point, if I were to just go ahead and sleep twice, get a fresh nighttime, and there would be another fresh batch of mobs spawning in here. And I would be able to collect another good, decent batch of loot. And I could spend a decent amount of time up here doing this. So here we go. We got some spawns. There's a golden keeper. Alright. And of course, whoops. Oh, doggone goo. Now, the thing about this is if you want to tame a keeper, this is a great situation because he's penned in here. He's in mineral water, which means he's going to be healing from the damage he took up there in the corrupted area. But for the most part, I don't want to be messing around with doing too much taming. I've got a whole mess of tamed critters up there already. And yeah, there's one right over there, just kind of standing there. There's that looks like a thing. Yep. Hey there, thing. Feeling a little poorly, are you? I'll take your junk. Anyway, yeah. So it works. It is not quite raining mobs like I kind of sort of expected it to be doing, but that's okay. Let's see. Actually, I should go up here, use the teleporter, do this, get to some daylight, grab that loot bag over there. And then I'm going to head back up here. Flip this. And then I'm going to run over there and see what's in that chest. Before it despawns. I don't know. Do these chests ever despawn? Wasn't really worth going over here for. I know, I think they do. Oh, there's another one. Alright, let's check it out. Okay. The advanced extractor is cool. Okay, so it's there, it's finished, it works, but it's not really living up to my expectations of the thing. I really sincerely expected it to work better. I don't know, maybe it would work better if I were to like close in the ceiling and make it dark, totally dark in there. But even then, at night it's totally dark in there, except for whatever light that comes off the fans, and I don't think that counts as a spawning factor. Alright, in the meanwhile, I have a project, and I will cut to it after the loading screens. Alright, here we are. This is the site of my latest project. And you can tell because I've claimed the chunk, or claimed the claim area, whatever, you know what I mean. And it's right up here, in the very northwestern corner of the map, surrounded by large distances that contain nothing but ocean. This little bit of platform that I've built here really is all there is. Everything else is water. And I figure that's a good place to build this thing that I'm going to build. And what it is, let's see, it is called Entuland's All Mob Spawner. And I'll have a link for the workshop entry for this thing, for the workshop page for it in the description. And so that you can check it out yourself if you like to. And I've read up as much as I can about the thing, and what you do is you place the cornerstone right here in the middle of one side of the claim, right on the edge, kind of like that. All right. This thing is huge. Really, it is. And, well, let's see. Let's get in here and do this and say no thanks. What I like about these things is they have a complete itemized list of everything needed to build it. And I spent some time today going through my stock and getting all the stuff needed. Now, it's showing the water as being already placed because you're setting this down right on the water. So there's almost 4,000 blocks you don't have to mess with. All right, and if I hit customize and zoom in just a little bit, at the four corners there is a bit of blue wool to mark where the corners of this thing is, and it's supposed to fit an entire claim. And you see here, that one is supposed to be blue wool, but it's not because there's water there. But whoops. Anyway, now that I'm back and all that's done, my proposed project is to build that thing. And so with that in mind, I've got everything needed to do that in these two chests. And while one chest isn't enough to hold all of these, I can hold all of it in my inventory at one time because 60 inventory slots is very, very handy. And this is everything needed to build it, so this should just be an adventure in burst fill. So let's find out. Okay, that's correct. And we'll go over here to this other corner on this side, and there'll be another one of these blue wool to place. Yeah. Okay, great. And you see the red outline goes away. The red outline means the wrong block is there. And there was a block of water in that spot. So, let's see. Rather than whirling around the side and getting the other ones right now, let's just corrupted dirt, corrupted stone. It's a good place to start. And in fact, oh, come on. Now that there's a bit of platform, let's get up here on it. Yeah. And you can see the outline you get here right now. I got an outline that's red. It means I don't have the right block selected. So it makes it pretty easy to build these things. So I am going to get busy building, and I am not sure yet whether I'm going to cut or try to do a high-speed thing. We'll find out. Okay, yeah. I think it's time for me to make a strategic retreat. I am not equipped to fight these guys. So I am going to head over here. Miss my platform. And then I'm going to... Actually, I'm going to retreat. I'm not in a condition to be fighting these guys. I'm not equipped for it. My armor is all worn out. And all I want to do is just build. So I'm going to come back at daylight and continue the construction. And I think probably, for the most part, it's going to be a matter of cut and get it done. Because what you saw me doing is pretty much what I'm going to be doing for the whole time. Just placing a lot of blocks really fast. I mean, if I'd have had to place all that manually, one block at a time, I'd be into next week doing it. Thankfully, burst fill is the thing. Alrighty, well, this thing is completed. And I think it's probably a good thing that I didn't try to actually record the whole thing, because it would have been probably a couple hours long. Well, an hour or so worth of footage, which would have made for a rather long accelerated bit, and I'm going to have to come back and fix the water. Anyway, with the thing being completed, the actual way to get up there is by way of this ladder, to get up to the actual place you go to. So we go over here, swim over here, climb the ladder, head up here, and you can see stuff is already happening up here. And yeah, that was a bit of temporariness that I put up so that I could finish putting that together. Which, in a way, doesn't look finished, but... yeah. Actually, that doesn't look finished. Yeah, but anyway, you can see the thing working here. We've got mobs from all over the place. Let me get away from these boys. They're kind of loud. They wander into those teleporters. There's 4 of them on this level. There's 4 of them down on the other level. And these guys just wander into the teleporters. And they all send them to that teleporter right there, which drops them into corrupted water. And leaves their loot bags either on the slab or on a platform here around it. And you can just do this as fast as you can, it seems. Wow. Oh, come on, Chizard. You can't do anything with the ones on the platform while they're sitting there. And you can't, oh well, I'm not complaining. This is what my inventory was empty except for this stuff up here when I came in here. And look at all of this stuff already in just a few minutes. I'm thinking what I'm going to want to do is set down some chests here for holding this stuff. That can't be right. I could swear that's supposed to be a much larger thing, and it looked a lot more complete when I left here, you know? It really did. I left here to go back to put away things and get organized a little bit and then come back. And yeah, that thing was more complete. That capper over this thing, it was complete. I know it was. That's got to be some kind of a glitch or something, but I'll take a look and see what I need to do to make it complete. It shouldn't be too big a deal. But yeah, and this redwood wall framework up here, I think generally the way it's supposed to work is, the reason for it is you wander along here and you get these guys' attention. Yo, Dusty. Well, at least that's what I'm thinking it's for. You come along here, you get their attention, they get active. See, right below where I'm at, there's another teleporter. So if they were to follow, they'd end up in it. And therefore they'd end up over there where Rambo is now. Beautiful. This thing really is a work of art. It's fantastic. But, yeah, very effective. What the heck is with the roof like that, though? I know that wasn't the way I left it. There's got to be some kind of glitch. Yeah. In any event, I expect this spawner to be very effective come day or night. And it's pretty much geared to spawn just about all critters from Creativerse. Maybe not, I don't know 100% all, but it certainly does seem to be geared for all of them. You got beach-like areas, you got desert-like areas, you got places where you've got stuff that'll have trogs spawning, and just about everything. All the critters with all the cool drops and all the very useful drops. Yeah. I don't know what the heck that's all about. In any event, I know I'm right at my limit on time here, so I'm going to look into what happened to that and see about getting it fixed. Maybe get more chests out here. And I think my teleporter that I have down on the water, I think I'm going to bring it up here because this is going to be the place I'm coming to, so I might as well have a teleporter up here. In the meantime, thanks for watching. Take it easy. I am out of here.